And I was telling you as you were sharing that with me, I was thinking, back to Adam and Eve, and the sin that entered into the world, and being stuck in these bodies. And I was thinking of Romans 7, when the Apostle Paul says, "Oh, the good that I want to do is not what I do, but that which is evil, that's what I do." Who's going to rescue me from this body? And that great wrestling that goes on. And, as you're writing this, you're not necessarily thinking about all those parallels.
Right.
But sometimes as you're writing it, you're going along, you're writing it, and all of a sudden it just dawns on you. It's like, wow, this is... That's a parallel to something else, and the Lord just kind of shows you that, and you're like, wow, this is incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. There's several times, and my kids tease me, where I was actually writing a chapter, and I'd have that kind of that Holy Spirit moment, and the tears would be streaking down my face as I'm typing, and my kids are like, "Dad, you're crying at your own book." Jeez, I said, "Well, I'm sorry. It was just a moving moment. I just had to capture this thought and get it on paper." So yeah, there's a lot of emotion and a lot of prayer and a lot of humor that went into this book as well. People that know me well know I have kind of a dry sense of humor and fun sense of humor. So there's a lot of that in here as well.
And so as these figurines, they go through this 24-year journey. Christmas after Christmas, and we follow them and see all the different things they get, these assignments from God each Christmas. And of course you have the camel in there. He's got to keep things light and get involved in some mischief and some things along the way.
Absolutely.
And when they finally get to the end, they've been growing all along here. So folks will want to see how they grow and what they go through and what they learn by the end of the book, don't they?
Yep, the characters themselves, they mature each year that they have. And as a matter of fact, I mentioned the time where they're in the hospital room with the soldier. That was kind of a pivotal point for them. They'd spent time in an orphanage, they'd spent time in people's homes. But that was kind of a time in their existence where they really had to face something that they didn't really have solid answers for. They didn't know how to handle, and it was kind of a growth period in their development. I'll also add, and it kind of hints to that on the back of the book description, that there's a secondary storyline that goes along with the We Three King characters. They start out, as I mentioned, one of the earlier years is in an orphanage. And their very first mission from God is, there is a baby that's been left on the front steps of the orphanage, and the orphanage doorbell is broken, so nobody knows this baby's sitting on the front steps. It's a cold night. So there's actually a humorous, we find out in that chapter how the camel actually gets his name, and there's a humorous little story that goes along with that. But anyway, that baby that they rescue at the orphanage, they leave the orphanage when that little boy, J.W., is 5 years old. And then throughout the story, we catch glimpses of J.W. as a teenager, and then as a young adult, and then at the end of the book, the We Three Kings come together again to help save him from the evil forces that are surrounding J.W. near the end of the book when he's in his early 20s. So we have this sideline story that we kept glimpses of this other character, J.W., throughout the book, which adds another level of interest to it as well.
And the book is called We Three Kings. That's W-E-E, Three Kings, by Brent Anderson. And this book is available for purchase when and where?
It's available right now on Amazon.com. If you go to my website, that's the quickest way to find all the links, www.we3kings.com. Don't forget the second E in the we. And I've got links there to Amazon.com. You can buy the book version or the Kindle version. You can also follow my progress and my marketing activities on my Facebook account. I've got a We Three Kings by Brent L. Anderson Facebook account. And I would encourage you to buy the book. And remember, in the entire month of November, all royalties that we make on the book will go to 3 worthwhile charities. One orphanage in Haiti, which they're in desperate need of supplies. I actually sent an email to Teresa Scanlon just this last week. She posted on her Facebook that she's headed back to Haiti to the orphanage I think in December over her Christmas break from college. and she hopes to raise $10,000 for the orphanage before she goes back. And I emailed her. I said, very excitedly, I said, Teresa, that's really doable. I said, if we just sell roughly 6,000 to 7,000 books, that's $10,000 right there for Croatian Relief Services. I said, we can do this. So I'm really hoping that people will share it with their friends, share it on Facebook, get the word out, read the book, and if you love it, like most people have told me they love it after they read it, then please share it with your friends so we can sell as many books as we possibly can in the month of November. And the other great organization, of course, is Stephen Curtis Chapman's Show Hope organization that helps with adoptions. And the J.W. character I was talking about, he actually gets adopted, which is another fun part of the story, that kind of a touching story in the book that you'll enjoy. And of course, Sarah's House also will benefit from sales in the month of November.
All right. Go to we3kings.com. Don't forget the extra E, we, W-E-E, 3kings.com. And you can find out more about the book there and purchase it through there. There's links to Amazon.com as well to get the book there.
Absolutely.
By Brent L. Anderson. And thank you, Brent, for joining us in the studio today.
Thank you for having me.